Thanks for joining us. We're going to talk all about milk cows. Kathy Smith is with us from the Farmer's Cow. 6 farms, part of a cooperative, and look at all the things that you're putting out. So I'm the granddaughter of a dairy farmer in Indiana, so I get this. I get Holsteins, I get milking cows, and all of that. How did this 6-farm cooperative come together in the first place?
Well, actually, it was this group of farmers that back in the 80s, they were called Very Alive. They got together because they wanted the state legislators to know that even though it was during the time of the dairy herd buyouts and everything was going on, the agriculture was still alive and kicking in Connecticut. And they would they'd bring the legislators out to the farms and show them not only the dairy farms, but the vegetable farms, also like the tree farms and everything like that, just to get them to know that agriculture was alive.
And
they would go visit.
Was this where they started?
13 years now.
All right.
Well, actually, that was back, it started, the Farmer's Cow was formulated like in 2003.
Okay.
They were the idea, but the whole idea behind it was they would visit other farms, and they realized that we're in Connecticut, right here on the 95 corridor, where we have a great consumer body that is just waiting for a local product, that we don't need milk from California. We have a great product right here. So they came together and decided that this is what we're going to do. They opened it up, and these 6 farms stepped up and said they wanted to be in, and that's how the Farmer's Cow was born.
And you've grown and grown and grown in products.
Yes.
Now, we're going to talk about the products in just a second, but I want to introduce you to these 6 farms that have all come together. We're going to start with yours.
Thank you.
The Cushman Farm, which happens to be in Franklin, and this is your farm. So you're 6 generations, about 1,800 acres or so?
There's a little bit over 1,800 acres, and that is in, 1,800 acres is in preservation.
Oh, that's terrific. So it has to stay.
It has to stay in agriculture. They're farming over 2,000 acres, but 1,800 is in preservation.
And how many folks are farming this farm right now?
My 3 brothers and my uncle work on the farm, and I have 2 nephews that are currently on the farm working, and then I have other nieces and nephews who are at school that will probably eventually come back and do stuff. We have some studying vet tech, veterinary science, mechanics.
And if you haven't lived on a farm, it's amazing. I mean, I remember as a kid going to the dairy farm, and it was just awesome. The second farm we want to talk about is High Toned, 4 generations. That's in Coventry.
Yes, the Paracchio family.
The Paracchio family, and about 800 acres or so, I think. What are they doing on this farm?
Well, they're a dairy farm. They also, back earlier, they were also sold like some fruits and vegetables and things like that. They grew their own. But now it's just they've gone into, they're just a dairy farm, and we have farm tours you can come see, and they'll have a tour on their farm this year.
Do you tour all 6 farms if you want to?
We do, and the schedule will be coming together for next year, probably in January. Late January, it'll be posted on our website.
And you should go do that if you haven't. The next farm is Fort Hill, which is in Thompson, and that's 3 generations.
Yes.
A little bit forested, unless that's just the boundaries of the farm.
That's boundaries. They actually also have a lavender labyrinth there, and a creamery where they serve our ice cream as well at that farm. And they do pumpkins, and they're a very innovative farm, and they're looking into robotic milking. And some of the farms we have different things going on with the farms. We have solar power farms. We have wind power. They're also looking into manure digesters on some of the farms, so that way they'll be able to create electricity from the cow manure, and then be off the grid and maybe sell some back. So
a lot of farms have gone away in this state, hundreds and hundreds of them, but those who are still here are thriving, including Maple Leaf, which is 100 years old. That's in Hebron, a little smaller farm, 450 acres or so.
Yes, that's Ned Ellis' family farm, and he is amazing. I can go Pennsylvania, New York, everybody, he's my guy. I know that farm in Hebron, Ned Ellis, and yeah, he's great. He actually has solar on his farm, and he has some wind power, and he's one of the smaller farms, but everyone loves his animals, but I think Ned takes a special,
so he
even goes a little bit further. Yeah.
And then Greenwald Farm, which is
Greenwald.
I'm sorry, Greenwald, and that's in Lebanon.
Yes.
900 acres or so. it was farmed before this, but there's a sort of a first generation now
yes.
on it now?
That farm was, the dairy farmer who owned that farm wanted to retire, and they were actually sold the development rights of that farm, and the Chesmer family was able to purchase the farm at the agricultural value. So then they took it over, and they've expanded. They've put solar on the farm, and they're looking into different other things too. It's a very innovative, forward-thinking family as well.
Just so beautiful. And then finally, Fairview, first generation in Woodstock, about 1,800 acres.
Yes.
Is this also on preserved land as well?
Yes, each of the farms has at least, or works at least 500 acres of preserved land. The Greenwald family, the Chesmer family, they have, I think, about 800 acres or more that is preserved in their family. And like I said, the other ones, they're smaller farms. They either work or own 500 acres that is in preservation.
For folks who have not lived on a farm, what is farm life like? It's hard work,
It's
right?
hard work, but I wouldn't have grown up any other way. Kids, you could tell farm kids from the kids who have grown up not on a farm. You have responsibility at an early age, and you learn to care for an animal, which is you're caring something, taking care of it. Well, not only milk cows, it's family, maybe the food that they're growing for other people as well, and you just have to learn. You take care of the earth. You have to feed the fields so it'll grow. It's not you just put a seed in the ground and it grows. There's a whole process, and it's through the year. Now, this time of year, farmers can take a breath and relax a little bit, but they're getting their machines and everything ready, making sure everything is together. They're checking the fields, checking the barns, things that got kind of sidelined during the harvest season.
Getting it ready for the springtime again.
Right, right.
Now, cows have to be treated with kindness, and you guys are really good at that.
Yes, my grandfather told us, you take care of your animals, and then they'll take care of you. So the first thing you do is you got up and took care of your animals. Then you went up and ate breakfast and things.
And then you went to school.
Yes, but the whole thing is you can't get a quality product unless you give your animals quality care. The animals, they're allowed time to walk around and time to themselves, because cows are very social animals, and they like when they make their milk is when they're relaxing, and they have to be comfortable, and they have to have fresh water, fresh food, and then they'll go lay down. And when they're laying down, that's when they're actually making milk. When they're chewing the cud and laying down, you have a happy cow.
And that sets us up for a little video of cows. Take a look.
We have a saying at the Farmer's Cow that you can't take milk from a cow. She gives it to you, but only when she's happy and content. Our milking cows are at the center of our family farms, and everything our farmers do is to assure that the cows are the healthiest they can be. Some of the Farmer's Cow farms milk cows twice each day. Others choose to milk 3 times in each 24-hour period, usually starting at about 3 a.m. Our milking parlors allow our farms to milk several cows at one time. The cow's udder is gently wiped with warm cloth and disinfected before the 4 cups of the milking machine are attached. This step not only assures the milk is pure, but is a familiar clue to her that it's time to let the milk down. A cow can give as much as 8 gallons of milk each day. To produce all that milk, our cows spend the balance of their day resting, drinking gallons of water at their leisure, and feasting on the homegrown forages. A dairy cow's unique ability to convert good feed and water into a rich, protein-packed food for us to enjoy is a wonder.
And there you go. You keep your cows happy, and the milk is terrific.
Thank you.
All right. So who came up with the name Farmer's Cow? I mean, it seems perfect.
That was, I wasn't part of that. So I'm not exactly sure if that was a group thing or one of the farms. The board is we don't have, we have the 6 members meet, and they make the decisions. Yes, they have an executive committee, and they have the board. and they meet, and it's as farmers owned and farmer run, you know.
I love the logo.
Thank you.
Which we have down front there too. All right, so you have a lot of,
Yes.
you have a restaurant we should talk about. Where
Yes.
is it?
We have a cafe and creamery in Mansfield, Connecticut. It was named the #1 dairy bar in New England by Yankee Magazine. We have soup, sandwiches, paninis, 30 flavors of ice cream, and we have a milk bar. And at the milk bar, not only do we serve our amazing milk, we have our flavored milks, and they change up different flavors for the season.
All right, so let's talk about that. We have pumpkin right
yes,
here.
now because of the milk bar being so popular, we decided that we would take some different flavors and put them in glass bottles and change them out every month or so. And we've had maple milk, we've had blueberry milk, raspberry white chocolate, and now we have pumpkin.
They're in glass jars.
Yes, and one of my favorites is coming out next week, so this is a tip. On Monday, you can find them in Big Y and some other local retailers, and at our cafe and creamery, is our peppermint milk.
It just all sounds just too yummy.
And the bottles, some of them are going to be collectible because we're not going to run every flavor the same every year.
Wow.
So
and they
people
make
who
great
collect,
vases too,
yes,
right?
Yes.
All right, so let's go. So
Yes.
you have coffee.
Yes, we have coffee because when we opened up the restaurant, we did breakfast, so we wanted a coffee that was worthy of our cream. So we partnered with Omar Roasting in Newington, Connecticut, and they sourced a bean in Guatemala for us, and it's rainforest certified. So it's money going. We're working with the farmers in that community. So it's Farmers Helping Farmers International.
I love it. And you've got decaf, you've got a breakfast blend, and
We
you have a
dark roast, and we also have some flavored. I didn't bring them today, but we have a maple cream, a hazelnut, a French vanilla.
Oh my gosh.
So,
all right, so we have fresh eggs, of course.
yes, we have several
farm.
different kinds of fresh eggs.
And of course they're brown.
Brown, because brown eggs are local eggs, and local eggs are fresh.
Local.
Yeah, of course.
I love that. And we
Eat
talked
local, fresh, and in season, and you'll be happy and healthy all your life.
and no farm, no food.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, we say, that's negative. We like to say, yes, farms, yes, food.
Okay, I'll change what I've been saying. You also have heavy cream,
Yes.
whole milk, half and half.
And for the holidays, you can take your heavy cream and you can make whipped cream with just the heavy cream. We'll have a taste of that a little bit later. And you can also make your own butter just by putting it in your mixer and letting it go beyond whipped cream, and then you get buttermilk and you get butter.
So you have to do that for the holidays.
Yes.
You have ciders.
Yes, we also have our holiday eggnog.
Oh, I forgot the eggnog, for heaven's
Yes,
sake. Yeah.
yes, and we have cider. We have our new spice cider this year. We have our original apple cider, which tastes like a fresh apple, and then we have our spice cider. And the spice cider tastes like apple pie.
What kind of spices? Or can you not tell me?
Well, it's apple pie spice.
Oh, okay.
So it tastes just like apple pie.
And then ice cream.
And our ice cream. We have 9 flavors that are available in the grocery store. I brought some vanilla because we want people to think outside the bottle now. It's our thing. We started with our summer beverages because we do lemonades and teas. We have seasonal beverages. And we worked with different restaurants and bartenders to come up with some cowtails.
As like cocktails, only cowtails.
Cowtails.
All right, so what are you going to make? Okay.
Today, this is a great drink to kick back at night or when you're done working here just to relax. We used our apple cider and you warm it. You warm it low and slow because if you take apple cider and heat it too fast, too high, it will change the flavor.
See, that's
of
what
the
I would do.
apple cider.
I would just crank it up to high.
You gotta go like medium and let it simmer.
All right.
Because if you do it too fast and too hot. And then what you do is you take 6 ounces of our apple cider, and then after it's heated up, you add caramel vodka to it.
Of course you do.
And so I have some here in our pot, if I can get it to work. And there we go. Whoops.
So you put vodka.
Yes, it's caramel vodka.
Caramel vodka.
Yes, so you got to
cider.
give it a smell.
Oh my gosh.
And then what you do is you top that with a little vanilla ice cream.
Just to cut it a tad.
Just to cut it a tad and just to give it a little bit of, and then you can, if you want, you can put a little bit of whipped cream on the side.
Who comes up with all these ideas?
Well, this one was actually Justine, the manager of our cafe. So she came up with that one. But there's certain restaurants that are doing things. I know Willie Brew and Willimantic. They are making martinis with our eggnog. and they have different drinks with our apple cider.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
isn't that to die
It's
for?
good going down. And also there are recipes on your website.
We
as
have
well.
recipes on our website you can check, and those change. We have, and the restaurants that contribute them, we also highlight who gave toast up in stores, had a great, they made a mimosa with the ciders, just Prosecco and the cider, and it's really good. So different things that you can do for the holidays, just to try.
Kathy, thank you so much for coming on to tell us
thank you
about this
for having
cooperative.
us.
And to all the farmers in Connecticut, just go. It's awesome. We love farmers. And
yes, shop local for the holidays. There's lots of local produce out there and local milks, and as long as you shop local and in Connecticut, you'll get a fresh, great product right here from your own backyard.
And that's what makes Connecticut special.
Yes.
Thanks again, Kathy.
Thank you.
Spend all night kissing, and if was right here, then who else is missing? Got a little sidetracked if I'm a wishing to find the keys to the door, but it's also a metaphor. Need to keep locked in the grocery store of my mind just to save time. Skip right ahead to the last ride.